that is how we fell in love. Not because you were impressive, but because you were present. Because we chose to keep showing up for each other. Because loneliness knows how to dress itself as destiny when two people are tender enough, wounded enough, and hungry enough at the same time. Because sometimes what feels like fate is really two hearts finding shelter in the same storm, and for a while it was beautiful. I need to say that too. It was beautiful. There was laughter there. There was warmth there. There was a friendship I would have defended with both hands and a foolish heart. There were moments when I felt seen in a way I had not felt seen in a long time. There were conversations that felt like windows opening. There were ordinary days that somehow turned enchanted because your name was somewhere inside them. There was a connection so strong I still do not know what to do with the fact that it existed. And maybe it is like we said. Maybe God did bring us together. Maybe there was a reason. Maybe the reason was love. Maybe the reason was lesson. Maybe the reason was mirror. Maybe the reason was warning. Maybe the reason was simply that two hurting people found each other in a world that does not always hand out gentleness freely. Maybe God allowed me to know you, not because you were mine, but because something in me needed to awaken. Maybe you were never meant to be my ending. Maybe you were a bell in a tower I was never supposed to live in. Maybe you were the spell and the breaking of it. I do not know. That is the part I keep turning over like a stone in my palm. Were we meant to be only friends? And if we were, would even that have been too much for a married man? Was the connection itself already a door that should have not opened? Was the comfort already a betrayal before anyone named it? Was I loved or was I needed? Was I chosen or was I convenient? Was I the woman you could breathe with because she was the woman you had stopped breathing beside? Was I the hidden garden where you came to feel alive while another woman was left standing in the house? And if your needs were not being met, if your heart was lonely, if your life felt heavy, if your home had gone quiet in all the places a person needs music, I can feel compassion for that. I can. That is the inconvenient mercy still living in me, even though I've tried to kill it. But loneliness does not excuse destruction. Need does not excuse lying. Pain does not give anyone permission to turn another person into shelter, then call her the storm when the room comes off. Because when everything broke, you still had a choice. You could have stood there. You could have told the truth. You could have been half the man you taught me to believe in. But no. You threw me under the wheels of your own cowardice and called it survival, and damn it, you lied about me after lying to me, as if betrayal was not already enough blood on the floor. And the crowd, of course, came running. They did not care about the truth. They cared about the theater. They wanted the smoke, the scandal, the woman crying in the ruins, the man pretending he had not struck the match. Babe, you gave them a show. You handed them a dragon and called it evidence. You dressed your fear in borrowed armor and let them believe I was the monster at the gate. And I became the story because stories are easier for people to swallow when they have villains. They did not care that I lost my best fucking friend. They did not care that beneath all the noise, beneath the accusations, beneath the shame and the gossip and the wreckage, there was grief. Real grief. The kind that sits on your chest at night and makes breathing feel like a chore you did not sign up for. The kind that turns memories into knives because every beautiful thing now has a shadow attached to it. The kind that makes you angry because anger is easier than admitting you miss someone who hurt you. I am angry. I am so angry that some days my whole body feels like a match begging for a wall to strike against. I am angry that I lost you. Not just the idea of you, not just the possibility, not just the love, you. My best friend, the person I called, the person I trusted, the person who knew my voice when I was trying to be strong and could still hear where I was breaking. I lost the emotional connection. I lost the comfort. I lost the person I wanted to tell everything to. And that is a grief people do not understand unless they have had a friendship turn into love and then watched love turn into evidence in the hands of police. Unless they have watched a sacred thing be dragged into the public square. Unless they have had their softest memories handled by people with dirty hands. And maybe it was never going to go anywhere. Maybe it was never going to become a life. Maybe it was always a beautiful thing standing too close to a burning line. Maybe it was a rose growing through a locked gate. Maybe it was doomed the moment it bloomed. But I still loved you. And I still lost it. And I am allowed to mourn that. I am allowed to be thankful for what was beautiful and furious for what was cruel. I am allowed to say I loved you and still say you hurt me. I am allowed to say I am grateful for who you were and the part you played in my life and still say you had no right to destroy me to protect yourself. And I am allowed to say that the whole thing sucks for everyone involved. And all things can be true. That is what this experience has taught me. Truth is rarely clean. It is usually covered in fingerprints. It walks in wearing mud from every road that led us here. I am thankful for the love we shared. I am. Even now, even through the rage, even through the shame, even through the nights where my mind becomes a dark hallway and I cannot find the door. I am thankful that I got to feel something that alive.